Life is a garbage tier game, right? When we think of character development in anime, I mean, we think of our characters getting some insane power or strength level up in order to defeat the main antagonist. But this bottom tier Tomozaki-chan is different. It's realistic and relatable, for some even too relatable. It shows how a shut-in gamer with no life outside of video games slowly builds a life and a social life outside of this game. And the execution, well, is really fucking good. This has to be one of the most immersive anime I've ever watched, and it gives clear character development throughout the show. I mean, for real, this anime had me laughing, proud of the MC, cringing at the MC, and even questioning my own life philosophy. So, I'm sure I've piqued your interest. What is the plot of bottom tier character Tomozaki? So, Tomozaki is a high school student who is infatuated with this game called TACFM. I mean, let's be real, it's just Super Smash Bros. He's the #1 player in Japan on TACFM. And despite his success in TACFM, at school he's a quiet kid who really doesn't get any recognition. He thinks that life is a garbage tier game. One night, he fights against the #2 player, No Name, which Tomozaki has never lost to. And after the match, No Name asks to meet with Tomozaki. And when they meet, it turns out to be a girl from his class, Oi, which is the top student in their grade. And when she meets him and realizes that they're in the same class, she is fucking pissed. She's disappointed that the only person she respected was a rock bottom loser in real life. I mean, she even roasted my man's drip. Can you imagine being told that you have worse drip than Lil Uzi? So, after going back and forth, Tomozaki decides to give the game of life a chance. Oi teaches him how to level up in real life with specific goals and tasks. What I love about this anime is that they have small goals and tasks, which they structure it like leveling up in a video game, which I love because I view life the same way. That's the exact reason why I quit video games, so I could focus on the real video game, life. And when they break it down into small goals and medium goals and large goals, I think it's just awesome because you can clearly see the progression when you hit those goals. And not only that, but it also gives practical advice. I mean, this is the only anime where I've seen give some pretty good, like, practical life advice. She tells him to practice smiling, even giving mini stories and topics prepared for conversation. She teaches him to improve his posture and his tonality. I mean, the amount of value for this, I feel like somebody could watch this and actually learn some things from it, especially if you are in a similar situation as him. And like, I mean, this shit had me rolling, especially the part where he starts talking to a girl like a boomer pedophile.
And I mean, isn't it great how teenage girls can be so empathetic?
Tomozaki goes through his own journey, and you can clearly see the difference from episode 1 to the last episode. And it's just amazing to see how he was in the first episode, and as he progresses, he starts talking to girls, he starts to build a social life and friends and bring his look together, and he really starts to change his view of life. And now he views it as a god tier game, and I think that's just awesome. They even said one time to buy mannequin clothing, buy the clothing on mannequins, because the person who dressed it is an expert. Well, I don't know about that expert thing, but that's pretty genius to me. I've always looked at mannequins and thought they've had some nice clothing, but I've never thought to try on the exact outfit. I mean, that's just smart. And obviously this could be a problem being taught by somebody else, these social skills, especially a girl, because oftentimes they will just make you like a nice guy, but it's not the case with this anime. She actually teaches him not to always agree to the topics, always to tease and disagree when it's appropriate to, in order to not become the laughing stock and the nice guy of the group. And it's just pure solid advice that I really did not expect to see from an anime. And it's clear that the dude actually has some social issues because he talks like an NPC sometimes. I mean, he went to see a movie movie with a girl, and afterwards, you know, you have your afterward movie discussion, and he starts talking about the movie, but then immediately starts talking about his 30 bomb in Valorant last night. Like, he definitely talks like an NPC, switching the subject sometimes. And towards the end of the show, he even got me to question my own philosophy of having masks and having, you know, different things that you portray socially and not being fake. I think he proposed the perfect solution at the end, which was his social skills that he was learning with focused goals that he wanted to actually achieve for fulfillment. Because throughout the whole show, he had been going with what I had planned his goals and tasks out to be. But he realized that in order to be fulfilled, that the goals need to actually be something that he wants to achieve for himself and not just achieving for the sake of achieving something. And I think that's just amazing. I mean, this has to be the best anime for self-improvement, the most realistic character development I've ever seen in an anime. And I love how it's just relatable because, you know, I've found myself at one point relating to him in my life, and it's just really motivating and inspiring to see an anime actually portray somebody who is a shut-in improving their life. Because oftentimes when we see shut-ins in anime, they just stay like that, but this anime does a really great job of just summing up self-improvement in general. So I recommend you guys all watch it. You know, it's only a 12 episode anime, so you're not going to be having a huge time commitment. I can honestly say that it's like a 10 out of 10 for me, and it can really teach you some valuable things about social skills and social insights that I didn't even really think about, to be honest. That's why it's so amazing to see that this anime takes the concept of leveling up in a video game and applies it to real life. And I think that if you guys can do that as well and make measurable goals and achieve them, you can level up in real life too. To those who try, believe in me who believes in you. Nori, signing out.